G'day mate, 40 here. So the Canadian singer-songwriter Grimes has posted on X that she wants Elon Musk to get in touch because they have a child together who is facing a medical emergency. So this poor mother, she's desperately trying to reach the father of her child, to whom she's not married, right, with whom she is not living together. But she's only very reluctantly posting on X because of the dire nature of the situation. There's a medical emergency concerning their child. So what do you think the odds that this medical emergency is somewhat overstated? That perhaps this singer-songwriter, mother of 3 kids, is feeling a little miffed that Elon Musk is the center of so much attention right now, and she wants to get some of that attention for herself. Perhaps she's feeling a little miffed that Elon Musk was interviewed in the Oval Office with another one of his baby mamas on Valentine's Day. And since when, right, are absent fathers, right, fathers who are not married to the mother of their kids, since when are they responsible for their child's emergency medical care? Right? Forgive me if I'm a traditionalist or patriarchal and stuff, but isn't a child's medical care primarily the responsibility of the mother? And Elon Musk is making our government more efficient. He's the world's richest man, right? He has more important things than, like, one of his 13 kids, I assume, has got a high temperature or something else. I'm going to bet fairly trivial. So skeptical me thinks that Grimes' claim of a medical emergency is somewhat overstated. And I was glad to learn in People magazine that conservative influencer Ashley St. Clair, she just focused on raising her 2 children right now. So the conservative right-wing MAGA influencer who's posted hundreds of sexy photos of herself online, right, she doesn't want attention, guys. The only reason that she reached out to Elon Musk on X was that it was for the good of their child that they have in common. She just wasn't seeking attention or feeling all miffed because Elon Musk was being interviewed in the White House with another woman on Valentine's Day, a woman who's also a mother of his kids. So this is kind of a glorious situation of Elon Musk and his baby mamas competing for attention and trying to free ride on Elon Musk's fame and posting on X about how it's all really just for the good of the child. It kept me skeptical. So I remember during COVID, like, for women, this was like an absolutely glorious time, particularly during the early weeks of COVID, because there was an emergency and it was just so dramatic. It was so exciting. So women spend a lot more time in their negative emotions than do men, and even enjoy, right, feeling the full depth of their negative emotions, because think about their evolutionary incentives, right? Most women have kids, right? Most men do not, down through history. So men are incentivized to take risks, and women are incentivized not to take risks, because women have to carry the child through 9 months of pregnancy. Then usually they're primarily responsible for raising the child, so that's another 12, 15, 20 years. And so these 2 factors, like, strongly encourage women to be very cautious, to not get out of line with their community, so to be conformist and to have good ties, and to worry a lot, right? Because they're going to be responsible, right? If there's something that goes wrong with a kid, all right, a medical emergency, or if they get pregnant, or a woman's far more likely to get an STD than a man, right? Same sexual transaction, right? But he is inside of her, so she's more likely to get an STD. So women are incentivized by evolution to spend a lot more time in the negative emotions of worry and doubt. Like, will this guy, will he stick around to help raise my kids? Will he be faithful? Will he provide if he's off bonking other women? Right? Whoever a man is having sex with, that's going to be his primary loyalty. So you may think, oh, you can just recreationally bonk. But after you've recreationally bonked a woman for a few weeks, in all likelihood, she is going to become your primary loyalty. And so your spouse or your baby mama, she is evolutionarily adapted to worry about you being faithful, you being a steady provider, you making her your top loyalty. And so women are just evolutionarily designed for a lot more worry, fear, anxiety, and depression than men. So what do men want to do? They want to go out in the world and dominate. They want to go out in the world and master, show how excellent they can be. And they want to go out into the world and lead a moral revolution, right? They want to be righteous. So they want the approbation of their tribe, that they're righteous, that they're living the righteous life, that they're inspiring other people to live a righteous life. So some men primarily orient towards domination of others, and other men primarily orient towards mastery, and then other men primarily orient towards showing off how righteous they are. And women, right, they have a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety, and they think that men are jerks because those men with the most resources got those resources through a combination of dominance and mastery and excellence and maybe even some righteousness, and not necessarily using their mind to have tons of empathy for everyone around them, right? So if a woman wants a guy who's super romantic and empathic, right, if he's got mental resources to be super thoughtful and kind and considerate towards her, right, he's probably not very successful, right? A man's not going to remember all the nuances of a conversation because he's usually primarily focused on making a living. Now, if the man doesn't make a very good living, then he has lots of time for lovey-dovey stuff and emotions and feelings and empathy and creating romantic situations for you. But that's not the type of man that most women are evolutionarily attracted to. They're evolutionarily attracted to the man who is strong, who can provide and protect. The type of man who's strong and can provide and protect, right? He's going to be a jerk. He is not going to be using his full cognitive powers to empathize with her and to meet all of her emotional needs and to placate her and to join her on her journeys into depression and anxiety. Hey, Total Tech is back. Good to see you, Total Tech. So, women aren't bad because they have more anxiety, neuroticism, and depression than men. Men aren't bad because they're big jerks and they don't remember the details of conversations and they're not as kind and caring and romantic and filled with spontaneous caring gestures, right, as women. Because men face different evolutionary incentives, right? Their incentive is to go out in the world, dominate, and be excellent, and to make themselves as strong and powerful as possible so that they can land the highest quality woman and make babies with her. So you'll always hear like good women, like impressive women, high quality women, right, complaining that their man is a jerk. Because let's say their man is a high powered doctor, surgeon, attorney, CEO, professor, entrepreneur, investor, right? That's that profession, right? That's where he's spending most of his cognitive powers. And he just is not going to have much left over to weigh in on little Johnny's medical emergency of having a temperature that's 101, right? That's the women's department. And why do women stir up drama, right? Why is Grimes stirring up drama? Why is Ashley St. Clair stirring up drama? Because they feel insecure, because they are evolutionarily designed towards feelings of insecurity, fear, anxiety, worry, depression, concern. Will he stick around and provide? Because I'm going to be the one who's going to have to look after this baby for at least the next 18 years. And so if she's not married to the guy, right? If she doesn't feel she has much power over him, right? If he is tired of her sexual allure, right? She's going to kick up drama to can't help it, to try to assure herself that she's important. I just remember a lot of girlfriends I'd had when they were feeling insecure, they'd kick up drama. And then to calm them down, I'd force myself to have sex with them to take away their anxiety. I mean, that's the kind of caring, empathic guide that I am. Like, even though I would rather have been reading a book or writing a blog post, like I set aside my intellectual endeavors to provide them the kind of visceral reassurance that they needed. But that only lasted so long, right? Often they knew that I was going to move on. I remember one girlfriend said, the only way you're going to stick with me is if I win the lottery. And there's nothing that I could assure them when they recognized that there was quite a disparity in our sexual marketplace value. And that for whatever reason we'd been together, that I was going to be moving on. So there's nothing that I could say to assuage that concern. So they were just driven to kick up drama and to pick a fight. Because if I fought back, or how I fought back, at least that would assure them that they meant something to me, that I had some kind of loyalty or some kind of investment in her. Art Bell is back. So how do you handle when your women kick up drama? Also, women are often driven to test their man because they don't want to be with a weak guy. So if they kick up drama and he overreacts, or he tries to pacify her, right, he may well show himself to be a wimp, which will just reduce his value in her eyes. And so Grimes and Ashley St. Clair are kicking up drama on X, trying to get Elon Musk's attention. I think it's just in their evolutionary natural selection natures to try to reassure themselves that Elon Musk is going to provide and protect, and that they matter to him. And so they can't help but test him. And the strong man doesn't allow himself to be distracted from his vision by his woman's drama. Right? She has the right to all her negative emotions of fear, insecurity, depression, sadness, introspection, worry, concern, living in the past, living in the future. Right? Men and women just face different evolutionary pressures. So don't think women are terrible, don't think men are terrible. Right? Don't blame women for being more likely than men to be depressed, anxious, neurotic, loving to dwell in negative emotions, needing to constantly test their man, challenging. Right? That's just a product of natural selection, and don't blame men for being jerks, because they are often more focused on their careers, on their life mission, than on the nuances of every conversation that they've had that day, or on every spontaneous emotional need that their woman has. So Grimes and Ashley St. Clair, they're not exceptions to how women operate, right? They're excellent embodiment of how women operate. And usually the stronger the man is, the more clear the man is, the more he is living his mission. So I bet that Elon Musk feels a strong sense of mission right now. He's reforming the federal government. Right? I bet he's feeling strong, he's feeling clear, And all this baby mama drama, it's not going to really weigh on him. And when women get the message that you're on your mission, that you're dedicated, that you have things that you believe in greater than yourself and greater than her, and that you have that strength and clarity, all right, that should eventually calm them down. Too much winning here has Luke winded. All right, I am not super strong on the cardio, right? I'm a 58-year-old bloke, and I can do pull-ups, and I can walk for 20 miles, but I don't do much running. Man, Art Bell, were you quelling when Canada defeated the United States 3-2 in the car hockey last night? Man, I was sad. I was mad. There were no fights. I was hoping for massive fights between Canada and the USA, and there were no fights. Just a tough, excellent, hard-fought match. But then, damn it, I think the US had more shots. Right? The US put down more hits. The US seemed to be a little more physically dominant and seemed to have more scoring opportunities. They just didn't get it done. Canada did get it done. It's like the 2010 Canada gold medal victory over the United States in hockey. And not being a woman, I was unwilling to sit with the negative emotions that came up for me when Canada defeated the US last night. So I immediately switched to White Lotus. Season 3, White Lotus in Thailand. So White Lotus is a TV show beloved by the critics, gets a tremendous amount of journalistic attention, but it's not a particularly compelling show, it's not a particularly funny show, it's not a particularly exciting show. It's a show about not very much, though it always starts with a murder, but it doesn't feel like the stakes are particularly high, and seems to get attention like vastly disproportionate to its quality. I mean, the mayor of Kingstown, right, there's a great show. Landman, Tulsa King, Yellowstone, right, these Taylor Sheridan shows, they're fair dinkum. But White Lotus gets so much journalistic attention, elite attention, and it's fine. I watch it. I have some gentle laughs at times, but seems to be far from compelling. But I didn't want to sit with that feeling of losing to Canada. Bye-bye, as Ariana Grande would sing. Bye-bye.